All right, so I want to talk to you on how you're going to do a dichotomous key. So a dichotomous key is a two-statement way of classifying organisms. And so what you do is you always start here at statement one. You read which one of these go to it, apply, and it tells you. So if it's an animal, you go to number 2. If it's not an animal, you go to number 11. And you keep doing this until all of them are keyed out. So this is a very generic one, but it gives me a good way to explain it to you. All right, so let's start with the dog. And I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just going to kind of skip around. It says, so if I take a dog, is it an animal? Yes. So I'm going to go to 2. Does it have wings? No. So I go to 6. All right. Does it live in water or on land? And it lives on land. So I have to go to 7. Does it have fluffy fur or does it not have fluffy fur? It does. So I go to 8. Is it a common pet? Yes. So then I identify the dog. Oops, sorry. I thought I had this. So I identify the dog, and I'm just going to put the word Canis familiaris. If you remember, when you took down your notes on on Thursday, you the scientific name of an animal has 2 names, composed of its genus and species. All right. And once you've labeled that, you will never use that again. So if you come to that name again for something, you've named it wrong. All right. So let's do the rows. All right. So starting with the rows, is it an animal or not an animal? It's not. So I go to 11. Is it green or not green? And it's not green. So I go to 13. Can it be poisonous or is it not poisonous? And roses are not poisonous. So the name or the scientific name would be Rosa. And I'm going to just write that up here. All right, Rosa, that's the genus, and then it has its species name. All right, let's look at a cow. All right, so for a cow, is it an animal? Yes, so we go to 2. Does it have wings? No, we go to 6. Does it live in water or on land? It lives on land, so we go to 7. Does it have fluffy fur or does it not? And it does not have fluffy fur, so this would be a the Bose Taurus. So I would come back up here and I would write Bose Taurus. Okay, let's do one more. All right, let's do a canary. All right, so the canary, it is an animal. We go to 2. It has wings. We go to 3. Does it have feathers? Yes. We go to 4. Does it fly high or not fly high? And canaries normally don't fly like extremely high. I'm sorry, it does fly high. So we go to 5, and it's often yellow. Canaries are yellow, and it would be the Sirius and Canaria. Okay, so that's how you do a dichotomous key. All right, so now I want to skip to my next page, which is looking at a cladogram. So a cladogram shows evolutionary histories of species. So all of these species here are related. And these things that are over here, these are all the derived characters. So notice the trait, if the branch of the animal, if the trait falls below where that branch hits the main line, then they got it. They have that trait. But if the trait falls above where this line hits, they don't have it. So for example, the only thing that sharks have in common with all of these is they have vertebrae. All right. So what you need to be able to do is, the further I go up in this cladogram, the more closely related these organisms are. So let's say I wanted to ask the question, what does a crocodile have that an amphibian doesn't? Well, if you look, here is the crocodile, okay? Here is the amphibian's branch. So the crocodile has both the eggs with shell and it has an amniotic egg. So an amphibian does not have those 2 traits. All right. I could ask you, What trait does the primate have that the ray fin fish doesn't have? And notice that here's your fish. All right, so that's where it stops. So it has everything below it, but it doesn't have anything above it. Here is your primate. So that means that the primate has an amniotic egg and it has 4 limbs. All right, so like I said, the further you get to this side, that's why crocodiles and birds are the closest related, and they're the least related to the sharks, because all these traits they have in common with each other. So that's how you read a cladogram. So use this video and then you'll be able to answer your classwork questions.